Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Saul Canelo Alvarez has stated, when asked by the media of fighting Triple G by signing with DAZN, Canelo reaffirmed that he is open to a trilogy fight with Triple G, but he also stated that he may have 3 bouts this year: May, September, and December. So if Canelo Alvarez is looking to unify the division and he's also looking for 3 fights in 1 year, you have to look at the potential fights that can be made in any particular order. So the first fight is May, clearly, and so he's fighting Danny Jacobs. But then after Danny Jacobs, there can either be a potential rematch, should this be a very close or controversial fight. Also in September, there's a potential for a Triple G's trilogy. But in December is the interesting part: is does Canelo Alvarez take a fight at 168 pounds and go to the UK? You know, Canelo Alvarez has already talked about going to the UK, wanting to have a big international fight, and that would be a huge historic move. There's also been talk about Canelo Alvarez going to Mexico and fighting in Azteca Stadium, so that would be a huge international move. Canelo Alvarez has multiple options on the table, and Danny Jacobs has already stated that he would have been willing to go to Mexico to fight Canelo Alvarez should Canelo Alvarez requested that. So if you look at it and you're being honest and unbiased, you have 3 potential fights for Canelo Alvarez this year. Canelo Alvarez is young, in his prime, and ready to fight the best. He could be undisputed by September, and by December he could be looking to fight another challenge in another weight division, or he could be fighting a Triple G or a Danny Jacobs in Mexico City in Azteca Stadium. He could be fighting a Callum Smith at 168 pounds in the UK in front of 80,000 British fans. Regardless of what Canelo Alvarez does, it's very interesting that he's willing to have 3 fights in 1 year, especially a superstar at this level. Floyd Mayweather was notorious for fighting 2 fights a year. Anthony Joshua was another big superstar who's been having 2 fights a year, and now Canelo Alvarez typically has 2 fights a year, but the fact that he's open to 3 is very intriguing, and it's going to make for a lot of speculation. I think that Canelo Alvarez is doing his career a great service by having 3 fights, and especially if one of those fights is an international fight, because Canelo Alvarez is only going to grow his name and his brand even bigger. This is a genius move from Saul Canelo Alvarez. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.